Hello, everybody. I am going to talk about artworks of Qing Dynasty. So you are going to have about 15 images. So let me start with the first slide. So Qing Dynasty is the last historical dynasty in Chinese history. Dynasty means you have a lineage of one family that serves as the emperor of China, right? So that's dynasty. Means they are not elected, they are not represented by people, they just own the imperial house within their blood-related lineage. And that is from 1644 to 1911. In 1911, China finally will become the Republic of China. They will send representatives of people to the Congress, and then they are going to elect president, and they are going to rule the entire country with constitutional structure. So Qing, it says Qing, but when you pronounce it, you must pronounce as Qing with ch sound, the Qing dynasty. So what does Qing means? Clear. And also the sound Qing is sort of related to blue, but this Qing is written like this Qing. So that means clear. So if Ming was bright, Qing is clear, right? Crystal clear kind of meaning, and pure as well, clean and pure. Qing dynasty is just like Yuan dynasty before. Their ruling class was Manchus. Manchus refer to a tribe, a nomadic tribe living in Manchuria, like a northern part of Korean peninsula, Manchuria. So in a way, they are not Han in their ethnic composition. They are considered different, in a way, minority ethnic group in larger China. So Manchu state was established by Nurhaci. Nurhaci, pronounced as Ch. So he was a great warrior. So Ming was busy helping Joseon dynasty to fight against Japan. So that was international politics around 1594 to early 1610s. So they were very busy fighting against Japan. So that Ming became weak, especially in the northern frontiers. So during that time, Nurhaci became very important person, and he started to coming into the main part. During the Qing dynasty, we are going to focus on some beautiful court painting made by interesting painters. So again, Qing inherited the Ming dynasty governmental system, so there will be a royal or imperial academy. And then, so in Beijing, you are going to have court painters, wonderful craftsmen. And then again, if you go to the south, remember the Suzhou and this Yangtze Delta area, if you go to the south, you are going to find eccentric individual artists who are still loyal to the last imperial family. What was their last name? Zhu. The last imperial family of Ming dynasty, and their last name was Zhu. So we are going to discuss this artist named Giuseppe Castiglione. How does it sound? Giuseppe Castiglione. I mean, obviously he doesn't sound like a Chinese person, right? Which country did he come from? If you are shrewd in with names, you can say that he is from Italy, correct? Castiglione. Yeah, he's from Italy. So he was a Jesuit member of Catholic missionary from Italy, but he came to China and served in China, but he had art training back in Italy. So when he arrived in China, he got recruited and worked in the Royal Academy of Painting. So he's going to use his Western style illusionism with Chinese materials. So all of the paintings by Giuseppe Castiglione, as you can see here, these are painted in ink and color on silk. This is a colorful ink painting on silk. He didn't use oil, but if you see compositions or perspectives, you can see the European principles of illusionism was incorporated. So larger foreground, and you can see that little bit of orthogonal lines, so things are receding and get smaller, so background is a lot smaller, and then figures in the front are larger than figures in the back. So this type of detail really amazed the viewers. And also he used modeling, meaning he used shade and highlight. So look at the pine trees, right? Saturated colors, trees are receding into the background, larger trunk. So he was very successful in those illusionistic styles. So this is one of his masterpieces called 100 Horses in a Landscape. So it's just merely a section. You can imagine there are more. It's a large hand scrolls. It comes from there to this side, and then there must be 100 amazing horses. So these are really expensive, great horses that are part of imperial possessions. Again, Nurhaci and his tribes also come from nomadic background, so horses are important for them. So foreground trees are larger and deep colors versus trees in the background that are a lot smaller and lighter colors. And then you have a bigger horses versus smaller horses. And then their action, right? Using precise drawing skills, he is depicting horses in various viewpoints, like a scene from the back, scene from the side, or seen from the back, where some horses are fighting each other. So it was one of the most loved paintings of Emperor Kangxi. So Giuseppe Castiglione was given Chinese name. His family name is Lang. People invented his last name, Lang Shuning. So he became a Chinese citizen. So it's really a unique example of European illusionism introduced to Chinese art. So he was active during Kangxi, Emperor Kangxi, and then he was originally an Italian missionary painter. So perspective was fascinating. So eventually he also taught court artists in Beijing. So other artists learned how to make that illusionistic rendering. So you can see foreground large, and then receding lines, and then in the far distance you have distant views. This one shows Changmen, one of the gates of Suzhou, and this is wood block print, the colorful wood block print. Qianlong, Emperor Qianlong had another famous court painter. His name is Zhao Bingzhen. This is his name, Zhao Bingzhen. And you can see the story, popular novel at the time is called West Chamber. You can find the English version of the West Chamber. So he created an illustrated version of the novel, like not the novels, like illustrations based on this novel, The West Chamber. There are stories of beautiful ladies and some love stories. So you can see colorful painting and rendering of figures. So this is a depiction of traditional clothing industry. Porcelain production was very active, so they are creating a number of porcelain types for European markets. So this one is an interesting case. Decoration and ceramic making were made in China, like near Guangzhou area, and the subject matter of this painting, although it was made by Chinese artisans, that's interesting. If you see here, European, like a gate, right? Roman arch. Then you have brick buildings. And if you see people they are clearly a European, like a hunter, right? Like a man with a long gun and then like a hat, right? And a balloon style pants. So if you compare this decoration with another painting on the right, you can see that decoration on ceramic is a copy of William Hogarth, an English painter's popular work called The Gate of Calais. Gate of Calais. And that was available as print. So somebody in Guangzhou Chinese workshop, they were asked to put that particular painting onto the bowl, and marvelously he did. And then this type of bowl is not for Chinese market. It was exported to England and will be sold in European market. And this is the family coat of arms of Rumbold family coat of arms. About same age, same period, right? 748. Immediately after, they can create a ceramic illustration.